Joining us live on set now, Allison Berry, who's here to talk to us about the article that you just have coming out on foxnews.com called Detecting Threats from Outer Space. There it is, the world's largest telescope to detect threats from outer space, the more complete title of this article. So what are we talking about here? Is this about sensitive radio telescopes? You're going to have to start at the beginning for us.
Right. Super cool. It'll be the largest and most sensitive radio telescope ever built, known to mankind, quite literally. Yep. So what that means is it'll give us a whole new capability to explore the universe, and of course, from my defense perspective, check out what's out there, check out if there are aliens and if they have an appetite to, paying us a visit in an unfriendly fashion. So that's a defense perspective, but I think it's a fun story, but also an important one. And really, the scale of this is huge, and it surprises me that people aren't talking about it. They're expecting this will be built in 2024, and right this year, in 2012, they're deciding the site. So they're debating between, it'll be a combination. It's so large that they're going to have to involve two countries. So it'll be a combination of Australia, New Zealand, or South Africa and the Indian Ocean islands. And what it involves is it's a very widespread array, essentially, a mix of dishes and wide aperture array devices. And it'll be about 3,000 dishes. That's quite a few, obviously.
Right.
And the volume of data, I brought a fun fact for us because I know our viewers like our fun facts.
To know and tell.
It'll have the processing power of about 1 billion PCs. It'll have enough optical fiber to wrap twice around the Earth, and enough raw data to fill 15 million 64 gigabyte iPods every day.
Wow.
So it's a huge amount of information, and terribly exciting that it's underway. And not something we're hearing much about, but there's 20 countries involved. We're involved, the United States is involved, Great Britain's involved, Canada's involved, France, Germany, Portugal, Poland, you name it. Lots of countries are involved and very excited about it. Lots of companies, a lot of the big defense contractors are sharing their know-how, trying to get involved. And I suppose the question is sort of what's the mission here? And I think there's kind of 3 or 4 main missions. One, in all seriousness, is the exploring how galaxies evolve, the nature of dark energy, which I think is really cool and I don't understand enough about. They'll also be looking at how stars are born, how black holes are formed, and they're also taking on Einstein. Interestingly,
oh, really?
They're looking to challenge his theory of relativity, and also just the general sort of concept of gravity throughout the universe. And the final one from the defensive piece is that are we alone? And what I think is super cool, just to give our viewers a couple examples, it's going to be so powerful that it will be able to detect. Let me get this right. I think it's 50 light years away, radar. Like airport radar, such as we would have here on Earth. If it were on another planet, 50 light years away, they would be able to detect it. So it'll be able to detect very, very weak extraterrestrial sort of signals, which is pretty cool.
Well, you said you were surprised that people haven't been picking up on this.
Yes.
How did you find the story, and how is this just like one
I'm
of those?
in the business.
I know, but I mean, for 70 institutes in 20 countries to be involved in something like this. Certainly the first time I'm hearing about it too. Is this something that we're going to be hearing more of? Do you think there'll be more reporting on this?
I hope so. And I try in War Games to bring to our viewers that sort of stuff that we might be talking about in the business that's just not making it into the mainstream media.
It's really
cool. It's kind of water cooler talk for us, and I hope that's where I can provide an advantage to our viewers. But it's costing 1.5 billion British pounds, so that's almost $3 billion.
Wow.
So even that in itself surprises me that we're not sort of talking about it a bit more. And even by 2019, they're expecting to get actual science out of it. So that's a really short time from now. You know how some of these huge scale projects are. They can go on forever and you just don't get anything out of them. But they're getting some hard science. They're expecting that soon. So pretty quick jump from establishing a site this year to actually getting hard science. So I'm excited about it. And, I think it's a fun story for our viewers too. I know there's a lot of interest there in exploring the universe, and quite timely with this whole solar incident today.
Yeah.
How do we detect these threats from outer space, and how can we get more ahead of it and on top of it?
So interesting. Allison Berry, her article on foxnews.com. Can you find it under any particular tab? I always have people that ask me how to find stuff online.
Yep, it can get a bit
We have a lot
confusing.
going on.
I'm always on the front page for the first day.
Excellent.
Not to brag, but
Good for you.
That's how I roll on the first day.